And we're live here at Tritone Radio. And welcome. And I am your host, DJ Fatman, as you know, also known as Corbin. I'm here with Crazy Will, as always, running shit, making sure we're good. And we have a special guest today.
Let's give a round of applause.
Shall we? Can we? Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm auditioning, guys.
I'm auditioning. Don't fuck it up.
Call me. You can call me Uncle Jenny.
Dude, we have Uncle Jenny here, a.k.a. Big Mama Bird J, a.k.a. Jenny from the block.
A.k.a. the Oracle.
The Oracle.
The one and only.
Dude, if you're the Oracle, that makes Will the Horacle.
The Horacle.
The Horacle.
He's horning it up, laying back in a little...
Yeah, Will got...
You know what?
Will just broke a chair leg trying to get a more comfortable chair in here.
All
Jenny...
I'm saying, if we're going to kick back and drink some wine, you may as well.
Yeah, Jenny brought wine. That's the problem, is you got me and Will all riled up. We're here drinking
Keeping
like...
it classy.
We're being classy bitches tonight. But this is a special edition of Tritone Radio. We're here with our friend Uncle Jenny because she has put together this wonderful, wonderful thing that you've heard us talk about in previous episodes, known as the Seeds of Sound Music and Arts Festival. Jenny, will you please tell us a little bit about Seeds of Sound?
Well, Seeds of Sound was started last year alongside Anthony Prince, or Anthony Starlord is what he likes to call himself, from the Night Shift. And yeah, we went to Milledgeville. He had a show at Buffington's, and we had to stay the night there. And so I ended up staying at like this like hammock farm somewhere in like Sparta, Georgia, and it was pretty cool, like a little Airbnb spot. And the next morning they asked if the band would perform for them. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And in this conversation, she was like, I have all this land here. I've always wanted to start a music festival or do something. And I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to do that. Yeah. And Anthony and I kind of just spearheaded, and unfortunately we ended up having to change locations, and we found the Oasis Family Farm. And
that sounds like a place where you have a music festival.
Yeah, right?
Sounds like there's already hippies there playing music.
Welcome
to the Oasis.
They do have a rock pop-up shop online. Probably
rock
like
pop-up
shop?
shop?
Like crystals.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. Like they're an amazing family, and they've been very gracious to us and allowing us, a bunch of like hooligans
yes, which is an accurate description.
to put together a festival like this. And it grew. The goal was all about bridging all the different communities that we have in Atlanta, Athens, Savannah. And, this year we have like a even bigger team. Like Tommy from Kilroy Kobra is also pivotal in this. Luke from Fucks is main.
That's quite a bad name.
We'll
be hearing from Fucks, I'm sure.
Exactly. Myself and Anthony, and we have Rebecca, who's also part of like the music community. Like, there are different communities here. You have like the hippies, you have the drum and bass scene.
Yeah, you have quite a nice little mix on this,
yeah,
on this festival. That's true.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that is extremely exciting. This festival is October 4th through the 6th.
Yes, 3 days camping.
Cool. That's what's up. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna play you bands that will be playing at this festival, so you can quit being a loser and come out and have fun at a festival. Cause Jenny needs to sell some tickets to this shit.
We need to sell some tickets.
We need to sell some tickets. And yours truly, I'll be playing there. I'm there. Jenny got me there.
Yeah,
that's
we're all
exciting.
Gonna be there.
We're all Wilbur's gonna be. We're gonna be there. But anyway, we're gonna hit y'all with this first band here. This is a very interesting artist. You wanna talk about this artist for a second, Jenny?
Merry Prankster. You can follow him on Instagram. I believe it's just a Merry Prankster.
Yeah,
and
we'll verify that.
and Andrew Bellinger. He's also an artist as well. And a lot of his music, sort of like the album covers are his original works of art.
Yeah.
And the first song that we're going to play is Prehistoric Seahorses, which is also one of the songs that we used for Seeds of Sound 2017 after movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, right on. All right, this is a Merry Prankster. The song is called Prehistoric Seahorses. Enjoy. Welcome back. You're at Tritone Radio again, and that was Prehistoric Seahorses.
By Merry Prankster.
Interesting stuff. I think so. I think, Jenny, that was the first electronic artist we've had on the podcast. I think that's the first electronic music we've played.
And it should be a Merry Prankster. I'm
yeah,
really happy.
I'm happy too. I'm happy too because I'm not as in depth in that. I'm not as versed in that, but I know what I like when I hear it. So I don't know if I should like call that EDM or like what you call
see,
it.
I'm learning a lot, and I think now there's no real like the EDM drum and bass, like those are kind of like a scene to a degree, but I think now, because fun fact about Merry Prankster, he started off as like a guitar player singer. Like he has some
he's really making his own loops, I take it.
I mean, this guy is a mad magician. Like cool. I hung out with him for a while and watched him at work. And I mean, between the sounds and the guitar plucks, and then goes back, and then he has the mono, and he has the this, and he goes back to that, and he goes on a recording. I think one time, like I'm on one, we did a song together called A Moving Picture, and it's really like a good kind of experience.
And you sang on it?
I sang on it,
Tight.
yeah. We could
actually
play that.
Singer,
we could actually play that. But but yeah, and it was really.
You know what we call that, Jenny?
What?
Shameless plug.
It is a shameless plug, but we
no,
all have our shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug.
What do you think this is for?
I know, yeah. We really just did this.
This is one giant shameless plug. Come on.
Many plugs to come. But yeah, but yeah. So I was just like I came up with a melody, and I was just sort of singing it. And before I knew it, he had been recording me singing.
Yeah.
And I kind of didn't know until I realized that was what was happening, and
Yeah.
so it kind of like changed up. It was really good, and then we took it and sliced it and raised the monogrammy, and then the little arrow thing goes all the way up, and then you turn it to the left and do all this other stuff. And
Jenny's like, you know, all them technical terms,
all that
and
technical
shit.
stuff that you do to make those sound so good.
Dude, that guy's fire. I remember because we saw him he played Sigh in July, and he did the set with Tommy from Kilroy, who we'll be hearing from later. Also going to be at Seeds of Sound.
Yes.
Yeah, we heard he played a set. I assume that a lot of that was improvised too, what Tommy was doing anyway, and they were just kind of jamming. And I remember it was just, there wasn't a lot of people around, but me and a few other cats were just hanging back and vibing out. Like it was a killer set. I want to see that guy do sets with everybody, like every guitar player I know. And he's going to be doing one at Seeds of Sound. Or
We're trying to make this work. I think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be with Pace from Universal Sigh, so that will be
who we'll also hear from
dope.
later.
But
one of your Seeds of Sound headliners.
Yes. Who's doing a Radiohead cover set? Like it's going to be a Radiohead only set. It's a Radiohead special set. It's not a cover really, but I mean it is a cover. But truly, it's gonna be really dope because like Universal Sigh covers Radiohead like I've never.
That's
like,
bad. I'm looking forward to that. I have not heard them play any Radiohead. Heard them play a lot of fire covers, but I can't say I've heard them play some Radiohead. But that's cool. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
They definitely seem like they'll do them some justice.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so Jenny. Moving on. What
have I entered the hot seat?
You're in the hot seat now.
Oh,
We're gonna start this up. I'm gonna ask you some
questions.
So I'm just gonna start with a really basic question. Why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing Seeds of Sound? What possessed you to set this up? I know you kind of gave us a little bit of a backstory, but why don't you tell me what's your motivation behind this?
That's a good question. What is your motivation?
Yes.
Now, I mean, funnily enough that we have to say this and it needs to be said, we know each other.
Yes.
This is we're experiencing in this moment sort of like
some circular ass shit.
Yeah.
Is what we're experiencing.
Some full circle stuff. And so I think I have to go a little bit back. And I'm originally from Jersey. And I moved to Georgia, lived here for 5 years, and went back for 3. I went through some really great things, great experiences. Went to Bonnaroo for many years, like did a whole bunch of festival life, and kind of like realized like that's the type of community that I always enjoyed. Just like going somewhere with a bunch of your friends, like camping, having to make this world yours. You forget about everything else, and we're all there for the love of music. Mm-hmm. And during those like kind of going back and forth, I had a really, 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 really great music scene that I was heavily involved in with all of my other friends, and we would just go and support it. Our really good friends band Chocolate Bread, who we should play, and
I'm sure we'll get around.
And they, I helped them out. We got them on radio stations, like did everything that we could, like really like street teaming it up in these roads.
You and like multiple other people.
And multiple other people. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can say that, I definitely spearheaded it a lot. I wouldn't be, no one would challenge that.
Not to brag.
Not to brag, but I'm just telling you what it was.
I know, I feel
and but during that time, I was also addicted to heroin for 3 years. Damn, and so that was where it got weird as far as like being able to kind of experience life eccentrically to its fullest, loving everything about it, and then going back and having this kind of like little secret about yourself, but realizing that I started slowing down. Like I couldn't put all of my energy in certain things like I wanted to, and some crazy things happened, and I moved here. And I remember when I got here, my mom gave me The Secret, and you had
a book?
Yeah, it's a book. Kind of like the whole idea, a lot of people believe in what they want to believe in, but I sort of kind of like navigate along the path. Like, we are the master of our fate. We are the captain of our soul. Anything that we want, we have to sort of like bring to fruition. Ask, believe, receive. Some people will kind of like say, oh, all you have to do is wish upon a star, do all these little things. But everything is...
should take work.
It does take work, but everything is connected. And if this is what you want, then put it into action. So I remember I wrote this list of all the things I wanted to do, wanted to go back to Bonnaroo, wanted to get a job, wanted to get my license. Like I came with nothing, like literally no license,
Starting
no job,
over.
nothing. Yeah, starting over. And I said, I want to love a band as much as I love chocolate bread. And and I remember I found myself at some, I can't remember the name of the bar spot, but
Are you talking about? Are you talking about fucking Sweetwater?
yeah, okay.
I'm not even. I don't even want to plug that place.
All right. Well,
Can I? May I
yeah,
take over
go
for a
ahead.
moment?
Go.
now?
Are
right,
you going on
okay.
your soapbox right now?
Okay, no, we'll keep the soapbox with me, and we'll have a soapbox that we hop on occasionally.
Okay.
But right now, no, this is a fun story. So I know Jenny. I the whole full circle thing. Basically, I had an old band that is a former incarnation of my current band, whose name was goofy as fuck. And Jenny looked past. We were Merlin's
Electric Beard Band.
God,
Where it started.
not my idea. Anyway, this is the former incarnation of Moonchief. We kind of had sort of a residency at this bar, who I might cut out their name because I don't want to. I hate that place, and it was run by a bunch of fucking meth heads. But that's here nor there. Jenny was just a person that came and saw us play. Jenny was just this person who saw us play and was really cool and nice, and like kind of became friends with my band, and
and then we lost touch.
Yeah, and then that band split, and we completely lost touch. Years later, we're
last year at Friendship Music Fest. Another plug, Ryan Brown, Friendship United. We need to get Ryan up in this. Yeah, definitely. And I remember I was working the front gate, and I looked up, and I saw like a silhouette of Cody, and I'm like, that looks like the guy that was in that band.
That's that old hippie boy.
And mind you, it had been 3 years since I'd seen you guys.
Yeah.
And I look and I see a violin. I'm like, they definitely had a violin. And I look to the right and I see you. And I'm like, and then I see Reed. I'm like, no, it can't be them. What are the odds? It doesn't make sense. And I remember going on my phone, Merlin Electric Beard Band is not a band, but there's some things going on, and that's it. Yep. Cut to a couple of months later, I go to Sigh in July for the first time. Another plug, Universal Sigh pays. Yes. And I'm walking in and I look up and there you guys are. And I remember thinking like, I don't give a fuck. This is them. It's definitely them. I'm going to say something. And y'all were all at the bar. And I think I came up to, I don't remember who I came up to first, but I just remember asking, like, were you guys a band called Merlin's Electric Beard Band? And they were like, it's you.
I'm sure you just blew whoever's poor little stoner brain. It's like, oh my God.
It's you. Yeah. And I think after that, it was just kind of like, wow, I guess we had been on the same path without realizing it.
And what we were talking about earlier was the fact that it was very serendipitous, our like re-meeting, because we both have been grinding on our own personal things, and we just kind of came back around full circle, and it was by putting ourselves in the right position with this with people who are doing the same thing.
Which goes back to the question that you asked me, is like why
what
motivates
are you doing
me?
This?
Yeah,
yes.
it's that.
Yeah.
It's like these are the experiences that I've been able to experience with a lot of different people. Same with Pace and Julie. One day I'll tell you that story. The whole Universal Side Crew. It's the same thing. We went to Dopapod shows and we saw each other, and years later disconnect and came back again. Yeah, Dopapod is the shit. Dope. But it's that. It's like, you're in a dark place. And one thing that I feel is universal, that connects everybody, that connects people, is music, is art, creative. Absolutely. And I started with Always Love, which was a movement, and that's what I just would go to shows by myself. I went to different venues, and I was like, you know what, like, this is cool. I started volunteering at different festivals, and within that, I always thought, man, I think I could do something like this, and I could have many people involved, like friends that I know that are so talented that, this is what they want to do. This is what they went to school for. But sometimes it's like, especially in this world, it's like, it's who you know. That's what it is in the music, scene to whatever degree. But I kind of would just go to shows dancing, loving it, and people are like, you're so great.
Jenny, if y'all ever seen somebody just getting the fuck down at a show, it was Jenny. If you've been in Athens and some girl was just out there getting it It was Jenny.
But-
Uncle Jenny.
Well, that's what people need to do. They need to
It's-
get out,
but
exactly
get out and
what-
dance.
Jenny
I mean,
gets
come on.
it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's like when
Yeah.
people come up to me and they're like, so, and I'm like, honestly, like, music heals. I
Yeah.
believe it heals, and that's the healing part of Seeds of Sound is just being conscious. There's so
Yeah.
much stuff that we're trying to release, and we don't know how to do it. And to me, creative outlets is the best way to kind of figure it out. If you're a dancer, if you're a musician, if you're an artist, if you're whatever you want to do, I think that
At
right
any
now,
level, too.
at any
like,
level, and
yeah.
collaborating is key. Like this
Big
is what
time.
Seeds of Sound is about. It's a major thing is about collaborating, everybody's ideas coming out, bringing all these different communities and creating a celebration for everybody to just express themselves in their way
Hell yeah.
with respect, with love, with gratitude, and with no judgment.
Well, that's that old Bob Marley adage, man. Hate is a disease, and music is the cure, right?
Music is the cure. Music is
We
life.
just got so schmaltzy and hippie. We got heavy. Jenny, that was
Mhm.
fantastic. welcome to Tritone Radio.
Yes.
Yay, guys! Did I
Welcome.
pass the audition?
That was okay.
Uh,
We're gonna have to talk
you
about
passed it like 90 times.
Shut up, Will. God, he's giving away. Of course you
Yay.
passed, but I was just trying to like play up the, the
What are you trying to play up
Dude,
here?
God damn it,
I
Will.
mean, come on now.
Hey, Jenny, how good are you with a computer?
I mean, you know,
Well, I'm just saying we could get rid of Will. And just, I'm
Oh,
just kidding.
nope.
No, Will.
I
Will,
would fight for
Hey.
Will.
Hey, boy. You remember it now.
Who you calling boy?
Will's
Will?
relaxed right now, guys.
Will's kicking it.
He's
dude.
broken 3 chairs and now
One.
All right. Let's everybody calm
Going
down.
back to dancing, though. That fucking little kid.
Oh, can we
at
talk about that later? We need to
Southern
play a
Brewing.
song. We'll
At-
talk about that. Okay. All right. We'll bring that up.
okay,
All right.
we know what
at
you're
the
talking
brewery.
about.
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring that up. I want to give these fine people some music.
He
real
was
quick.
a mini. He was
He
there.
was a dance machine.
Yeah,
Yes.
no-
All right. Music. We're a radio show, guys. Okay. This one's actually special just for you guys, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about this later. But this is collaboration. Speaking of collaborations between a fantastic hip hop artist named Lingua Franca,
AKA Mariah Parker, City Commissioner of District 9 in Athens, Georgia.
Slick, which we will also talk about. But this, she's collaborating with Misnomer, who is a fantastic horn section, formerly Mr. Tie-Dye, right?
Formerly Mr.
Correct.
Tie-Dye.
All right, well, this is a collaboration between them. It's called Justice.
Part 1 and
That's right.
What is justice? For whom is it constructed? The mightiest, the millionaires, the lowly, and the luckless. What is justice? For whom is it constructed? Is it for healing the hurting or dealing sucker punches? Take, for example, Fernando. He works his ass off from 9 to 5 at the plant just to keep his finances handled. Hears mysterious voices that tell him he should kill himself, but otherwise he's doing fine. A pretty brilliant bill of health. A daughter on the honor roll, his heart and soul, a goddess, so he calls her when he's almost home, while signing his Honda with a wand of marijuana smoke. Just trying to cope, it's what he tells the officer who stops him while he's on patrol. But we know how that saga goes. If you trust fun, then it's just fun. Yeah, we know how that saga goes. If your checks bounce and his cuffs on. So now he's in the system, and his sisters and his aunties are looking after his daughter, and he wonders how they're gonna eat. Voices used to whisper, now they start to scream. Needed to see a doctor and not a box of cinder block of concrete. But they tell him that it's justice. But they tell him that it's justice. But they tell him that it's justice. What is justice? For whom is it constructed? The mightiest, the millionaires, the lowly, and the luckless. What is justice? For whom is it constructed? Is it for healing the hurting or dealing sucker punches? Dealing sucker punches. Sucker punches.
All right, Tritone Radio. That was Lingua Franca.
That was smooth.
That was so
and
good.
that was Misnomer. And what you just experienced, ladies and gentlemen, is what I refer to as the power of jazz. That's some really lush music. Those are some really fire verses from Miss Lingua Franca. Will you tell us a little bit about Lingua Franca? Both of those artists you just experienced will be at Seeds of Sound, by the way, folks. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, what are you doing?
It's going to be magical.
Yeah. I don't know. Are they gonna play? They're gonna play that song together, right?
I mean, I would hope
I'll be
they're
sad
playing
if they
right.
don't.
Yeah. I'll give you.
That was beautiful.
I can probably give you a little sneak peek into the schedule.
Ooh, what do we got?
I mean, I won't give too
Spill
much
it.
away, but
Are we getting an exclusive?
Spill it.
Shit. This is the first exclusive ever on Tritone.
So listen up.
I never thought we'd have any exclusive anything, Will, in my life.
You never know, but
dude,
let's hear it.
This magic moment.
I'm not giving too much away, so don't get too excited. But I am giving a little bit away.
What do you got?
They're playing back to back, so there's no reason why they can't do this
But there's
song.
the possibility that they become her backing band. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Quit dreaming, dude.
I'm gonna dream all I want, okay?
All right, fine.
Because you know it would be awesome.
Yeah, that does sound pretty cool.
So I'll just pull up, what's already been written about Lingua Franca, who is Mariah Parker from like my AJC, the Atlanta Journal, which is not a sponsor, so I don't know. But anyway, Mariah Parker is a 26-year-old University of Georgia doctoral student and a newly elected Athens Clarke County Commissioner. And this is an article that was about when she was sworn in. She used the Malcolm X book as the book that
they swore her in.
Yeah,
with?
they swore her in. Yeah,
pretty badass.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she didn't use a Bible.
Which is also kick-ass.
Yeah, the autobiography of Malcolm X.
I'm not gonna get into too much, like with me and my beliefs, but like I'm just gonna say that's badass.
That was held by her mother.
Also badass.
Wow.
Yeah, Yeah, Maddie Parker. So they asked if they would like the Bible, and I said no. My mother asked if there was a copy of the Constitution around. No, Parker said I wanted Malcolm X book. I think they saw it coming.
Oh, that's clutch. Now somebody told me that she was a linguistics major, correct?
I honestly I don't know.
I believe so. Yeah.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that's the case, but that's awesome. She just seems really brilliant. Lingua, if you hear this, please come talk with us.
And I will say I did say District 9, and I need to correct myself. It's not District 9. It's District 2. She's City Commissioner
Jenny
of
just
District
watched that
2.
movie, so she thought it was District 9.
That would have
That's
been
cool,
funny though
too.
if it was District
Yeah.
9.
Lingua Franca's just like presiding over all the aliens in Athens.
Well, I mean, in
Well-
Athens is where things happen because
It's true.
you
If there were
guys.
aliens around, they'd probably hang out.
I mean,
in
we were a part
Athens.
of it when the sky opened up. Did you come to Sigh in July?
I showed up late. I showed up late to that. I
Oh.
brought some cats to come see Consider the Source.
Oh.
Dope band. Me and Will have talked about them plenty of times.
Where the hell
Yeah.
was I on?
You
I was
were-
there. I was there.
No, you fucking weren't.
No, you weren't.
No.
You were
Unfortunately,
somewhere.
Sigh in
I
July?
would remember
I don't know
you. Yeah.
where you were at,
Yeah.
sucker.
No,
you
I.
didn't come with.
You did not come.
You were not there.
You weren't there.
Will doesn't even know where he's at
They-
right now.
No, I was at the other. There's a
Will's-
festival before that.
Will's dreaming right
Will's-
now.
Will,
This
you're in-
isn't
you're
really
in a
Will. This is
trance.
Will's conscience
This
that's
is what-
actually
this is
talking.
So
Even
this is
waking life.
everyone in this room just talking to me in my head.
Yes.
So you're saying I'm going?
This isn't
crazy.
real.
Yes,
no,
Will.
we're not doing that, and we're not saying that.
I'm saying
No,
that,
I don't
Will.
want to
You
say
see what
that.
this is?
No,
I'm saying
because
that,
I've
Will.
been
That's a tear.
there.
You're
That's a
fucking
tear.
insane, Will. That's why I call you Crazy Will. Because I'm not here. All right.
But yeah, no.
We're being silly.
yeah,
but Lingua Franca's not silly. She's
No,
brilliant.
definitely not at all.
What is justice and who was it constructed for? And that is the question of the evening. But anyway.
Am I back in the hot seat?
Yeah. I think you're back in the hot seat.
All right, let's go.
All right. I don't know. I have all this shit written down, but you covered a lot of it already. You're kind of, dude. So like you're botching the audition now.
Okay.
But that's okay.
It's because we are now co-hosts, I believe.
Let's just Jenny's just spoiler alert city today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking Jenny.
Well, it was
for
a
her
matter of
hand in
time
the
before anybody.
podcast ship, and we're gonna co-host this shit from now on because Jenny, you guys gotta understand about Jenny. She knows everybody. I literally played like some bullshit battle of the bands at the Rockin' Taco like a couple months ago. Can you guys let that sink in? I played at the Rockin' Taco, whose tacos are dank, by the way. Shout out to Rockin' Taco.
Maybe we can get
But-
Doors to get some free tacos.
Dude, can I get some free tacos,
please
please?
feed
Rockin'
us.
Taco.
Yo,
It'd be
what's
so
up?
good.
Holla.
Free tacos.
Tritone Radio. Holla. But we ran into Lane Denton. Shout out to Lane Denton.
Yes.
Who will
Lane,
also
who's also playing Seeds of Sound for his second year.
Is he playing?
Yeah.
He's playing this year?
Yeah.
His name is not on the list.
Are you?
I'm positive.
Lane Denton
you're,
Band.
You're high, dog.
Nah, I ain't high. I ain't high, son.
You high, dog.
I ain't high, son.
That's not true. We're very high.
And I figured it out. I was
I don't
thinking of
do
Sigh
that.
in July,
Allegedly.
not Seeds of Sound.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. There's that. So continue.
Yeah. Not real life. Remember.
See this?
You
kid?
guys, Jenny almost died today. This was a perilous day. for
Yeah.
By
Jenny.
the way,
We
I'm
worry
sorry.
about
just-
you.
This
Let's
shit's
take a
all right,
moment so I can be
correction.
right.
All right.
All right, that's it. That's it.
All right. Yes. Okay. So Lane is playing, which is kick ass too, which I didn't know and makes me and should make you want to go to see the sound. Anyway, I met Lane Denton. Cool ass dude. I think he's been hanging out with my band lately and getting them rowdy drunk, which is something that's not very hard. They like to do that. But he's a really cool dude. I'd like to get him in here sometime too. We'll definitely play some of his music if he's okay with that.
Definitely.
But yeah, met this random dude halfway across town in like Buckhead, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, you guys know Jenny?" Like everybody I meet, every worthwhile musician Jenny is friends with, except for me and Will.
It's because of you guys.
What were you doing
I
out
feel
in
the
Buckhead?
music.
I was playing at the Rockin' Taco.
You just said that. Yes.
Yeah,
you
not
did.
real life, Will.
I'm a fucking idiot.
It's not real life. No, you're just in a dream.
But yeah, we were talking about me. Oh yeah, I almost died, but that's okay.
Jenny got almost hit by a car. I know. I just said that and left on like a
No,
cliffhanger.
no, I mean honestly, like on some, I've been having a little bit of these like real life experiences. I don't know if it's like, I think it's a sign also. I'm one of these people, guys, that I'm all about self improvement as far as like being a better person. I don't think that like, yeah, a lot of times I'm right, and I do revel,
Yeah,
revel
you
in,
know, I'm
but
looking around.
I mean that in a different way. It's like I kind of navigate through life based off of intuition, and sometimes when something's happening, I can't just look at like an accident and be like, okay, it was just something that happened, and it is what it is, because honestly, like, you know what I mean, sometimes life is kind of giving you a wake up call if you're like in a certain headspace and stuff. So yeah, I almost, I got into almost car accident. I almost died at San July. Like, there's a lot of things that are happening a lot more recently. But my point is, did I have a little bit too much beer? My
Perhaps.
my point is, as far as like, I mean, even like the knowing everybody and doing all this, like when I go to a show, it's all about being able to feel the music. And if I can authentically feel the music, that means you, the musician, is clearly feeling it. You're projecting out, you're putting pieces of your soul out there. So a lot of times when I go to shows, I'll talk to them and I'll just tell them, you know what? I was able to dance and feel that shit. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing. And that's just what it is. That's just who I am. It's just a fan of true musicians, real artists, and the people that I could know that 99% of the time, like, we know each other's auras, we know each other's souls, we know each other's, you know what I mean? Like, we're in this world together, and here you are, you just gave a gift, and I received it, and I appreciate it, and I respect it. And so it's easy to know so many people when there are a lot of talented people in Georgia.
Yeah, me and Will have been. I mean, that's kind of been our pressing point with everything we've done and said so far. Is just that, you know, you don't even realize how much good music is out there. It's fucking mind blowing, especially now that I've kind of plugged myself in and I've realized that I've surrounded myself with fantastic musicians, and people are completely unaware.
Fantastic
I have,
musicians, but amazing humans as
and
well.
and also great people, which
Yeah.
I think kind of goes hand in hand a lot of times.
Sometimes,
but
yeah, I mean, definitely.
you know, you got
But
you
yeah,
got a couple fucking douchebags out there. Let's just call a spade a spade.
They
But
exist.
no one that I or you really
Yeah,
hang out with.
yeah.
I feel like I'm the douchebag in this situation.
No, but I love, even right now we're sitting here and like you're repping, White Rabbit Collective, wearing
dude,
theirs.
'cause
I'm rocking Sigh in July with
everybody
like a
knows I
slew
love
of
me
bands, you know what I
some
mean,
White
that
Rabbit
performed.
Collective.
And you're almost wearing a Kilroy Kobra t-shirt, but I mean, we just need to put the Kilroy Cobra on there.
Dude, all right,
It's
well,
just a tie-dye
tie-dye.
shirt. It's
which
tie-dye.
essentially means Kilroy Kobra, which is a good segue because that's our next song.
Yes, it is.
So the next song for you guys is another band that will be repping hard, and we always rep hard, and they are from Atlanta, Georgia. They're called Kilroy Kobra. The song is called Playgrounds. Senor Will?
Play it.
Playgrounds
question is, are you good?
I'm good. Are y'all good? You good, Jenny?
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good. Tritone Radio. That was Kilroy Kobra in their song Playgrounds. I believe, what's that album called? Man of the World?
Man of the World.
Killer album.
That is, by the way, you go on YouTube, Kilroy Kobra, Man of the World. They made a movie that goes to the album to a T from beginning to end. And a lot of the members from Kilroy Kobra are in it. And it was filmed in around here in Georgia. It's pretty amazing. It's like
Shout out to my friends in Kilroy Kobra. I really like those guys. Josh, the keyboardist, supports us a lot. He comes and sees us play a lot. Shout out to Josh. Josh the man. So's Tommy, and so are all those dudes.
Yeah, I mean, there's
just a good
Keegan, who's now pretty much.
Is Keegan officially in that?
Yeah,
band?
I mean, he's might as well be. Keegan's in like 7 bands, I
Dude,
think.
Keegan's a
Keegan is.
Shout out to Keegan.
Yeah, Keegan is like a really like. He's amazing.
Bass player.
Yeah, bass player, and then now they have a new drummer. Luke from Fucks is actually.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
He's
we were
now.
just talking about Fucks, weren't we?
Yeah, we were talking about Fucks. And yeah, it's a beautiful band. It's a beautiful, amazing, people that are in this band. Michael, you saw Michael Dennis's last show was at a Terrapin brewery. He played with Kilroy Kobra. They just last week.
I was not in attendance.
Oh, you weren't there.
Show,
Oh, look at you.
I heard it was fire. Yeah, I'm the will of this situation.
The will of this situation.
I'm just not showing up to shit.
Well,
Will shows up. Will
like
shows
I've
up.
spotted. I'm like,
Yeah, Will's pretty much everywhere.
Mhm.
Me and Will are generally like everywhere together. We feel insecure without each other. We have a really like. It's not like we're not gay. And not
Have
that,
seen,
not
I mean,
there's
you've
anything
seen
wrong
him
with
without
that.
me. You've seen how he is.
Yeah, I get
when I'm not
get
there.
Out of control. Like,
he is.
We're hetero life partners.
It was, it's so funny because we have hung out with you. You definitely are different. It's like you're like, gung, 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 gung. Like that's
me? You talking about me?
Yes.
What the hell? What does that even mean?
What is?
Do I make that
What
sound?
is that?
You remember?
Yeah.
You remember? You ever?
Actually, yeah, I've seen you running around the place when you didn't know I was there. You're just all like, ah. It's weird, man. It's like some sort of like, go get it checked by a doctor.
Dude. Oh my god.
It is. You see, now you understand.
Yeah.
But no. So what is?
It's just moving. Have you ever seen like in the movies, like when you're kind of like a lot is happening at the same time, like all your senses are heightened.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. It's like all your senses are heightened.
When Will's not around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He gets hypersensitive.
Yeah.
Dude.
I feel hypersensitive.
Dude, I make people hypersensitive, dude. You don't even want to know. We got off subject.
We
here.
definitely got off. It was about Kilroy Kobra. That's what this will be edited out. But
cool.
no, like
no, it will not. That's where you're wrong, my sister.
That didn't happen.
No, it gets.
But no,
It's
watching playgrounds. Honestly, what I enjoy about it and what I enjoy about the song itself is that you go back to childhood. Like it's like, you know what I mean, the simplicities of
I have a feeling that that's what he was going for too,
yeah.
and that is definitely. I mean, he pretty much hit the nail on the head, assuming that's what he was going for.
I mean, you just see and you hear like the beginning opening with like kids playing on a playground and just, you know what I mean, and everything. And yeah, like, the title is exactly what it says, but it's another thing when you can feel it. Yeah. Like you can close your eyes and you can actually see it. Mm-hmm. And then to the visual movie that they created for it's like from beginning to end. Make sure you check it out. It's a very, very, very
oh yeah, I have a date with some JOB 1.25s and the rest of that Kilroy Kobra album here shortly this evening whenever we're done.
That's awesome.
But yeah, Kilroy, shout out to Kilroy, they're amazing. Just if you're in a bad mood, go listen to Kilroy Kobra. Go listen to that whole album, Man of the World. Yeah. It reminds me, and maybe this might be kind of a bold statement, but that album gives me the same vibe and feeling that I get when I listen to All Things Must Pass. by George Harrison.
That is a bold statement.
It is a
Wow.
bold statement, but I recommend going and Will just looked at me like I was crazy, like, because he loves the Beatles and that album. But I just like, I know
And
I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and the times I got really down and I felt like there wasn't much left, I tended to put on that album and listen to it. All Things Must Pass, that is. And that album got me through a lot, and I get the same feeling and like
and
vibe I get
actually
listening to that
I can
album.
co-sign with that, because when I met like, first of all, I met Tommy and Anthony at a Lagunitas, who is not a sponsor of this beer company show. It was a couch surfing show that they had at Variety Playhouse, and White Denim was performing along
White
with
Denim's
and they were giving out free beers, and this
Shout out to
other
White
band,
Denim.
Clear Plastic Mass, which I used to love, and it was just like a dank ass like show, and we were up front just dancing. And I remember they were like, "Yo, do you want to come to our house?" And I didn't know them, just met them. I was like, you know what? We found out we'd all been to like Bonnaroo the same year, and like we went back to his house and we just started talking about life and music and things that we wanted, and then sort of like, separated again. And he was like, "I have a band. I was like, all right, let me go check them out." And then I saw them perform with
Who's this, Tommy?
yeah, this is
Okay.
Tommy. And then I saw Night Shift also had a show, and then there was like a Night Shift, Kilroy Kobra, and Trash Panda at Smith's Old Bar.
Dope lineup.
Yeah,
Shout out to Trash Panda.
and that shit was just wild. But during that time, like when I had just came across with them and met them, I was going through some like crazy shit. Like I had to leave, like my friends back home, like I literally had to cut them out of my life to kind of progress and go forward and do things and like love them all to death.
As we all must do sometimes.
Yeah.
It's good advice.
Right, but you have to disconnect, to reconnect, and it's crazy, but like I was like, I was told them, I was like, I just kind of like want to, just embed myself in this scene and see like what's going on, because I can't keep going back and forth to Jersey. It's too much. Like no one's coming to visit me. This is a lot. So let me just meet other
Branch
people.
back out.
Yeah, let me branch back out, because I came to a point where I thought like,
which you seem to have gotten very good at.
Now it's the full circle that we are experiencing, guys. That's what today's little, one thing I want to say, and I want to have a moment, is a moment of gratitude. Like, we had, an interaction with your stepmom today where she was kind of like really happy about something that made her really feel good. And it's like you always want these moments that for yourself at the end of the day where you kind of like feel like you can go to sleep with a smile on your face. You know what I mean? And sometimes our day begins one way. Like I got into a car accident. Like I know tomorrow I'm gonna feel that shit.
And
like
sometimes
it's just...
our day begins with a Bloody Mary.
or sometimes our day begins with like the birds chirping. But throughout the the course of a day, you want to find like good things to think about, good things to sort of like remember, and so you can go to sleep and just start all over the next day.
For sure, I think it's
manner.
important to have that cross section of days. People just get real worked up when they have a bad day, and I think those bad days are important though. Like you gotta have those because they make you reflect on the good ones and make you realize why they are good days.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
Just some random ass thoughts from your Tritone radio crew.
It's not random. It's healing.
I'm not gonna say it.
Say it. Say
whatever. No, I'm just kidding. We might
get out of here, Corbin.
I'm saying some homophobic shit. I am not that way.
And this is where
she's trying to spread some love right now.
She is, dude. She is.
This is my last episode,
dude,
guys.
Oh, come on.
You see what look what you did. Dude. Look what you did.
I will not come back.
PC culture is running rampant in this society. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do this.
Sorry.
Mr. Alex Jones over here.
Black helicopters. All right, dude, speaking of black helicopters, that's a terrible segue. That has nothing to do with this next artist, but we do have another electronic artist, the second electronic artist.
It is like black
ever.
Helicopters, electronic helicopters.
All right.
Helicopters, buttons.
Okay. I am starting to question what I got myself into, guys. All right, anyway.
Turning all the frogs, gang.
You say turning all the frogs.
Press play.
Yeah.
All right, hold up. This is Cosmic.
Cosmic.
This is Cosmic. This is Cosmic also performing at Seeds of Sound. This track is called Hit It Before We Lose Our Shit.
Cosmic.
Watch out. Dance floor. On the dance floor.
It's
Watch
gonna
out
get-
for
it's
your
gonna get
Tritone
hyphy.
crew. And if you see us on the dance floor,
It's gonna
Just
get
going
hyphy.
ham.
you will win
It's gonna get hyphy as fuck.
a free hug from Jenny.
I'll
On the
just
dance floor, no matter how sweaty, no matter how high
gonna be
on
sweaty
whatever
as
you
fuck.
are, you get a big hug from Jenny.
But
Tritone crew.
also
What's
for
more
Cosmic, I
rewarding?
must say, he's performing at Imagine Festival, which is dope
Is
as
he
fuck.
really?
Yeah, that and him
Cool.
and Merry Prankster. will
Oh,
both
tight.
yeah, Space Cadet as well. So it's
Tight.
good. Yeah.
That's my boy TG.
Yeah.
Thomas Garrett, shout out. Grew up with that guy. Space Cadet, shout out. We'll get them up in here.
Yeah, it's dope. Like, you know, that's the cool thing is like you said something about like the community. No, it's actually just like seeing it sort of like, you know, kind of like now it's like coming like reaching its height. Like it's like we're seeing like the fruits of the labor in a sense of,
Absolutely.
you know, just
Yeah,
like
we're all
doing
gonna-
it. It's
We're all gonna be in the same place.
yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's gonna be a wild weekend. I
And
have
it-
3 very close friends coming into town. I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping while they're here, I can get at least one of them up and on the podcast. But either way, that it's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to this. This has been fun.
It
Welcoming
has.
our new Tritone crew member. Mama Bird Jenny.
No, we're not calling me Mama Bird.
You're dumb, the Mama Bird.
I don't
though,
want
dude.
this name. I said I'm the Oracle. Call me the Oracle.
Dude, all right. First of all,
Or call me Uncle Jenny.
Uncle Jenny.
That's what they know me. That's how they know me out in these streets.
Uncle Jenny, aka
The
Mama
Oracle.
Bird J, aka the Oracle. You got crazy.
Fine, you're
Will.
Satan.
I am. That's Dr. Satan.
Okay.
I didn't spend 7
Excuse
years
me,
in
Dr.
Satan
Satan.
school to be called just Satan. You got the Horacle over here. Bill Virginia.
Excuse me, Nat.
Yeah. I'm gonna save some of these because these will come in handy later in future episodes. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. This has been super fun. We're promoting Seeds of Sound.
Seeds of Sound,
Music and Arts Festival.
and healing. Healing is in it. You'll feel the healing.
Healing.
That's the point, is to feel the healing.
And I do
Feel the
believe,
heal?
I was talking shit earlier, but I do believe that music heals you, and I believe that this is going to be that kind of festival. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be good for a lot of people, and it's great to have so many great bands. And this is one of the first times like I know a lot of these bands. It's really cool. It's exciting. I get to see them all in the same weekend. I'm stoked about the lineup. I know you worked really hard to put it together. Let me ask you one question real quick.
It was a collective effort, by the way. It was not one person putting it together at all as far as the lineup.
Of course,
yeah,
yes.
there were a lot of people that put in a great amount of time. Tommy had put in a lot of energy, Anthony, and then towards the end we got Luke involved, and then myself, and we all kind of had our wish list of what we all it's all been collective. I just have to make sure that's always said.
Hell yeah, of course. So implicit, of course. But however, I'm sitting here with you, so just take the credit. Okay.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah. There you go.
Ching.
Shout out to all those people.
Yes.
But anyway, I'm super pumped about this whole entire situation. It's just gonna be a really fly weekend.
But you had a question.
Oh, my question? You made me this. Oh yeah, how did you choose these bands? Like, what made you decide? Was there criteria for who you decided to get?
No, I think we really we wanted to make sure that we hit all the different sounds that's out there. And so to be able to have Misnomer, which is kind of like jazz, funk, you know what I mean? They all really go in, but have bands like Moonchief, which we're working on things with Moonchief. We're working on things with Moonchief.
Who that is? Moonchief's okay.
Yeah, they just don't know yet. They just don't know. But also, even I said, having the universal Sigh radio headset, there are little things like your wish list, things that you want to see, people you want to see. And I think a lot of times when you go to the shows and you look at a band, I'm like, man, I would really like to hear this band outside, or man, I would love to hear this band at 10 o'clock at night in, you know what I mean, underneath the stars. And I think that's what
blasting on psychedelic drugs.
I mean,
allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, whatever you gotta do.
I know what you're saying.
Except certain things that make you die.
Yeah, stay away from that shit.
Stay away from the garbage.
That's not for our damn
Nature's
healing
candy.
festival.
Nature has given us candy.
It has.
So accept it from nature and thank the moon, thank the sun.
This is literally, is that the Oracle? That's Mama Bird Jenny saying that, though. You think it's the Oracle, but that was a Mama Bird
Multiple
Jenny
personalities.
Yes.
But yeah, and I think that's what happened. I think this year, we wanted to just, make sure that a lot of our, the loved ones, all of our favorites, all of our people, our homies, this is, that's what it is. It is a homie festival, on some real shit. Let me get, Uncle Jenny's out. Yo, what's good? It's it's a festival for the homies, by the homies, showing love and, spreading good vibes. And that's what you know, you go to a show, you enjoy it, you don't just go to the show and leave. Like, you know, when we are all connecting, you look at a person in the eye, you shake their hand, you let them know that you really like appreciate what they're doing, you respect their craft, because you're all on the same path as creatives, as artists. And it's a good and sort of like beautiful thing to be a part of this community. It's a beautiful thing that we connected, and now here we are
That's
together,
right.
you know, doing this podcast.
Podcasting
Like,
it up.
we've been doing it, and it's like it's a great thing, and that's what we're experiencing right now. I
That's
think
right.
everybody is sort of like on this, you know. It was funny, like I was reading a couple of different things, but lately it's like 33 what that was, or 25 what this is. Like, you know, you had these goals for yourself, and you're like, by the time I'm 25, I'm gonna have, you know, get married, and by the time I'm this, I'm gonna get that. Now we're in a different world.
Yeah,
Like,
few
money's different.
of those have come through for me.
Right. No, but it's
But
it's
yeah,
not, you know, but you're
I'm
still
where I want to
able.
be. Where I want to
Right,
be. Like
right,
I'm
exactly.
pushing it. I'm still pushing in the right
Right,
direction.
exactly. And that's what
I
it
think
is. It's
that's
like
what's
being able
important.
to create and do creative things. And
Yeah.
Seeds of Sound last year started off as that. I mean, last minute everybody came together and we had a great time, and it was just amongst our peers with each other.
Yeah.
And that's what we were bringing in together and making it even, you know what I mean, more, you know, beautiful and great and lights and this and that as it was before. And with all the same people just kind of like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, putting it together yet
Yeah,
again.
I tell you what, I'm gonna be rolling up deep on that damn festival. I have like the homie squad coming out.
That's
Camp
good.
Moon Chief.
It's for
You guys watch out for damn
and
Camp
parents
Moon
are
Chief.
coming. Like, parents are coming.
Yes, that's
there are
true.
parents that are going to be there, which is dope.
Yeah,
Like, you
fire.
know, some of these parents have raised us. They're the reasons why we are the way we
Yep,
are.
That's
And
true.
so,
for
like,
better or
like,
for worse.
like, yeah, for better and for, and I think that's what's great about it is just like they're, you know what I mean. We're clashing the generations. We're bringing together, you know,
Yeah,
all of the.
It's gonna be
you
a
know,
good time.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, folks, that is Seeds of Sound coming up October 4th through the 6th. Jenny, tell them where they can get tickets.
Well, if you go to www.seedsofsoundmusicfestival.com.
If you can't spell that, go back to
But
school.
even if you know, simply Google, you know, Seeds of Sound, it'll pop up. And, you know, where our tickets are available on Fresh Tix, $50 for the 3 days, which includes camping, $20 a day, you know, once
Oh,
the
it's only
lineup.
20 a day?
Yeah, 20 a day.
Psh,
So
that ain't nothing. Even if you just want to go for a day, like,
Yeah.
come on.
but
As I like to preach on this show, please get off your couch, quit getting high and eating Doritos, and come to the festival.
yes, come to
It's
the
gonna
festival.
be really fun.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll be there. Tritone Radio will be there. All our bands, all our friends' bands. Pretty much.
We're gonna have
anybody-
workshops, Doghouse ATL. We're gonna have a lot of, you know, there's a lot of things going on in different communities everywhere right now, and you know, you're paying attention or you're not. You're kind of, you know, it's just we're all gonna be coming together there, so you just be able to like experience it all and filter it through, you know, as well. But I think that, you know, the best thing is, you know, with the Universal Sigh, with just like, you know, had Sigh in July as well, and then went straight on tour. They're back now.
That's right.
And it's gonna be good, and we're gonna play Bedrocks and Paradox by Universal Sigh from Seeds of Sound 2017. This is a
Ooh,
recording.
that's what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
that's what
we
we're
finna play.
that's what we've been to play.
Cool.
And yeah, this
has been really fun.
This has been really
We're
fun.
Tritone Radio.
We
Jenny, say it.
This is Tritone Radio.
Oh my God, that sounds
My
so...
oh my.
My oh my. You gave Crazy Will a case of the vapors.
But this was recorded by Tommy and Nick Bradfield and Pace, and mixed by Tommy, and the photo that's in it, if you go and Google that, is by Julie, Tipping Point Designs. But yeah.
And every band you heard tonight will be playing, and all these bands, you will hear future Seeds of Sound exclusive episodes with bands. We'll be throwing them up on Facebook, all that good stuff. You guys check us out, man. We're Tritone Radio, Seeds of Sound Music and Arts Festival, Bedrock and Paradox by Universal Sigh. Y'all have a good one.
Word.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye.
regret the past. If on this you dwell, no, your ship won't sail. And if you look ahead, you may fill with dread. Quit peering over the fence and embrace the present tense. Browning on an endless vacation. Bedrock in paradise, the desert heat, it don't stop till the nightfall. Sitting in silence, we're less prone to violence. Focus your trip. Focus your trip. And disregard the mileage. Listen to the words. The words of the birds. Speak a universal language that in time can be understood. Browning on an endless vacation. Bedrock in paradise, the desert heat, it don't stop till the nightfall.